What up, nation? We're going to talk about Tom Brady for a couple of reasons. We're going to go over that nasty loss we took to the Chargers Monday night. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what we got going in Washington. Let's get it. What's up, Raider Nation? First, I just want to say, hope y'all staying healthy out there. Man, my household caught a bug. Been sick since Saturday night. Got a cold, baby. Take your vitamin D2 and K3, or is it D3 and K2? Maybe that's why I'm sick. I don't know. Oop, lost my headphones. But without further ado, let's get into it. Tom Brady, right? We all saw him up there with the headphones on in the coaching booth. What was he doing? Was he calling plays, or was he just listening in to see what the communication is like, right? Because either way, I like it. As a fan, I love it, right? As a fan, that gives me so much optimism for our future. No matter how bad that loss was. Well, not no matter how bad it was. It was a bad loss, but we kept it. We were in it. Our defense kept us in it. Anyway, I want to talk about the narrative around this. Because, see, when he first bought into the Raiders, what was it, last year, you had some fans like, oh, it's just a money grab. He's just going to collect a check. That's all this is. Looks good on paper. And you got fans like me who are like, no, he's got to be involved. It's Tom Brady. You think he's just going to put his name on an organization that's not doing anything? And then it came out that, yeah, speculation is Tom Brady's going to be hands-on. And we're seeing it. You know, we first started seeing it, I think, really in the coaching search. He was in on the interview process. Then he brings his boy Spy Tech from Tampa, brings him over. And I like Coupon John. I think Coupon John and Pete Carroll are doing a real good job in getting that secondary we got. It's, you know, it's not Legion of Boom yet. It's not Legion of Boom. But they're doing good things for a young group of players. They're doing some good things already. Caillou Blue especially. Now we're really seeing it, right? He's up there, headset on in the coaching booth. We're really seeing he's truly hands-on. That is, you got to have a whole lot of optimism when you see that, right? I mean, come on, that's great. But then you got the other side of the coin. Talking heads and fans of other teams are like, oh, this is conflict of interest. How could you let him sit in on production meetings, go to other teams' facilities, meet with players, and be an owner of a team? Well, first of all, you're lying. He's not allowed in other teams' facilities or on practice fields or to meet in person with these teams or players. The production meeting is only virtual. So why are you lying? And these guys, these talking heads are in the media. This is their job. I do this as a hobby. This is me I'm bored. I got some free time. So I'm going to do this because I find enjoyment in talking about the team I love. So it's y'all's job. Y'all know that you know the rules and guidelines he has to follow or is subject to fine or worse. So why lie? That's my question. Why lie? Why act like they're just letting Tom Brady do whatever he wants? They're just letting Tom Brady cheat. They're not. Because I would agree that it's an unfair advantage if all these things were happening. But it's not. Those aren't happening. He meets virtually, just like I'm talking to you, before the production meeting. Okay. What questions is he going to ask? What's it matter? Like, okay, I guess, no, what's it matter? Do you think these players or coaches are going to give up pertinent information and let an owner of another team or even just a broadcaster have that information? Because people are people. You cut someone a big enough check, they're going to give you some secrets. I don't care who you are. So why is this even a story? I mean, I get why it's a story, but why are we lying about it? Why are we lying about it? Because that's what it is. Oh, Tom Brady gets to go into these facilities, talk to these players. He could be recruiting. He could be getting secret information. So you're going to let Rich Gannon in your facility and talk to these players, and you're not going to see a problem with that when he's an MVP for the Raiders? How about Tony Romo or Troy Aikman? How about, I could keep going. List goes on. Kurt Warner's a broadcaster. Like, come on. The list goes on. The list goes on. All this alumni. I know they're not owners, but they're alumni. They had to get drafted. And when you're drafted by a team, that team effectively changes your life. You get to play. Excuse me. Throat's a little dry. You get to play a kid's game that you love and get paid millions for it. You think they're not going to hold some type of loyalty to that team? I mean, yeah, some players have a bad fallout with the team. Okay. Teams still change their lives. And if they had a bad fallout with a team, they probably went to another team who they felt treated them great. So, what's the story here? There is none. We're making a story out of thin air. Maybe it's to hide. Maybe this story is a cover-up story. Here's my conspiracy hat going on. Maybe this story is a cover-up story to hide the fact that you're letting the Eagles line up in the neutral zone. You're letting the Eagles line up over the ball. And jump early. So NFL deletes the picture of Tom Brady in the coaching booth from their X account. And then they're putting copyrights and deleting posts about the Eagles lining up off sides. I'm not for or against the tush push. Actually, I'm for it. Because I feel like as long as the other team isn't cheating, I feel like it's on the defense to figure out how to stop that play. As long as the offense isn't cheating. But now we're going on a tangent into something I don't even care about. But facts are facts. How's Tom Brady going to cheat? Are y'all going to if you're a player for another team, are you just going to tell someone affiliated with a different team all your secrets? No. It's not a story. I like what Adam Schefter said. It's nothing. It's being blown out of proportion. Tom Brady, again, he's got Flag Football League. He's coming out of retirement to play flag football. The Fanatics Flag Football Classic taking place in Saudi Arabia at the Kingdom Arena, March 21st, 2026. All right. That could be fun. I'm going to watch that. That could be fun. Now, per Fox Sports, it's going to be round-robin style tournament. There'll be 3 teams with 8 players. For those who don't know, round-robin is each team's going to play each other. So A is going to play B while C sits aside. Then B plays C while A sits aside. Then A plays C while B sits aside. Whoever has the best 2 records at the end, those are going to the finals. They're going to play each other. Now, what if each team ends 1-1? I don't know. I didn't see any tiebreaker rules. Maybe because they are going to follow the Olympic-style flag football rules, which is a 5-on-5 format, 50-yard field, 2 10-yard end zones. Each game will have 2 halves consisting of 20 minutes each. I don't know what their rule books consist of for tiebreakers in this type of situation. Maybe it's going to be most points scored. That's what I've leaned towards because, I mean, if you score more points than the other team that you're tied with, you're kind of better, right? Or maybe not. But we'll see what's going on there. But Brady's bringing some heavy hitters with him. He's bringing Gronk. You see Brady and Gronk together. Mad Max. Brock Bowers. Saquon Barkley. Christian McCaffrey. CeeDee Lamb. Myles Garrett. And some other confirmed names on the list. Think I saw Sauce Gardner on that list? And some other people. I personally think it's going to be a fun little event. It's going to be a nice precursor to the 2028 Summer Olympics in LA, where flag football will be added. Excuse me. Still fighting that cold. But can you imagine if Brady joins the Olympics and wins a gold medal? He'll be the first NFL player, first of all, with all them rings. Then he's going to add a gold medal to it. It's crazy. He's hungry. You can't be mad at it. I'd love to see Max and Brock with a gold. That'd be sick. Might not have a Lombardi, but they got an Olympic gold medal. And who knows? Who knows what it means for flag football, for football in general, worldwide, if this is a big hit. Right? Because we all know Rodgers been trying to expand nationwide. And I'm 100% against a Super Bowl being held outside of the mainland, the lower 48. This is where it was born. Your natives have to have access to it. It's already expensive enough and inaccessible right now. You're going to move it overseas and just rub it in our face? Get out of here. Don't do that. I wouldn't mind it being, I don't know, I wouldn't mind an expansion team to the north or the south of us. I wouldn't mind that. But we know he's trying to go worldwide. It's just all about that almighty dollar. But you got to keep football entertaining. At the end of the day, you got to keep football entertaining. All right, let's get into the Monday Night Football recap. I'm going to let you in on a secret. In my notes, I wrote in big, bold letters, be nice. I'm not trying to be negative. See, I wrote this show script out Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. I wrote it out Tuesday morning. Then I read through it, a little practice run, and I was like, ooh, I'm being harsh. I'm not in these guys' shoes. I'm not in these guys' shoes. So who am I to tear them down? I can't. I'm a nobody to them. So I can't just go tearing people down. But I can be honest, right? I can be honest. Just got to toe that line. Now, Geno threw 3 picks. The first one. Yeah, that first one he threw into double coverage. I believe that was the one that was slightly underthrown. No, the first one was to Tucker up the middle. It's not entirely Geno's fault there. Now, I did hear that maybe Tucker was supposed to go straight out, and that's what Geno was expecting. But when Tucker stopped there or slowed, threw off the pass. But also, that was, what was that, Derwin James, number 0? Just hawked on that ball. That was good defense. I don't care. That was good defense. That second one was thrown into double coverage. Not only was it thrown into double coverage, it was underthrown. I feel like he could have made that touchdown pass if he would have put a little more on it, put a little more stank on it. It was underthrown, though, which I'm noticing a lot with Thornton. Thornton is having to come back quite a bit for his receptions. Let's hit our guy in stride. Let's let him reach out for it. I mean, that's what I'd like to see. We had Meredith had a botch snap. It's a butt snap. Don't like to see those. He was pushed around a couple of times too, excuse me. He was pushed around a couple of times. Saw a play, I believe it was a Geno sack. He just got blown up. Oh no, it was on that botch snap. He got blown up too. There was other plays that got blown up, but that play, botch snap, still and gets blown up. Like, you can have one mistake, but to add a mistake on top of a mistake, we're getting out of hand here. Kappa, I don't think Kappa was as good as JPJ. I think it's close, but I don't think Kappa was as good as JPJ. Parham, on the other hand, like I said, I'm being nice. We'll leave it at that. If you don't got anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I was taught. DJ Glaze got beat more than I'd like to admit. DJ Glaze was I wasn't watching him when I was watching all 22. I was keeping an eye on the middle. Center, right guard, left guard. That's who I was laser focused on. When I see someone get pressure, so I'm rewinding. Well, it didn't get past any of these three guys. Look over. Ooh, 71. Or not 71. Was Clay 71? Yeah, because Colton Miller is 74. Yeah, Clay's got beat. Not a pretty sight. Why are we limiting Genty? Why are we limiting Genty? I don't know why we're limiting Genty. I saw Dylan Labe lined up out there on a first down. Unless he's hurt, unless he's banged up, I don't see why our third string back should be taking snaps from him. Dylan did good. No hate on Dylan. He did good. When he was out there, he was doing fine. He was getting some chip blocks in. He was getting open. He was making his catches. He was getting yards. But we spent the 6th overall pick on Genty. Oh, my throat's hurting now. We spent the 6th overall pick on Genty. I expect him to get a ton of snaps, especially at that position. You got to get him going. You got to get him going. If you don't get him going, then he ain't got nothing. Especially when wasn't he considered generational coming into the draft? And we're going to limit him? No, he ain't a quarterback. I understand. I like the Brady approach, the way Brady explained it. Let your quarterback sit and learn. I don't feel the same about running backs. Get them out there. I don't know. Was it the play calling that had Genty out? Was it the play calling why our wide receivers couldn't get open? Because the wide receivers couldn't get open. Now, that is a good defense in LA. It's a really good defense. So I'm going to chalk it up to that. But was it possibly play calling as well? Maybe Brady in the coaching booth made Chip Kelly nervous. I don't know. That's just a joke, though. Don't take that serious. But I don't know what was going on. Sorry for my sniffles and my coughs. Our defense did play well. In my opinion, they played real well. I would have liked more takeaways. And we had a chance at a pick or two, bouncing off the hands. That's rough. Who was that? Now I can't remember his name. Pratt. Bounced off Pratt's hand. I believe it's 57. I know he wishes he had that one back. Boy. But our defense kept giving us chances to score. Whether we were holding them to 3 and outs, stopping them on 4th down, and we got a fumble recovery. We had plenty of opportunities to score on offense, so our defense can't hate. I liked Caillou Blue out there. I liked Jonah Lalu. I thought he did well. Devin White again led in tackles. So, yeah, the defense was firing on all cylinders. Only allowed 20 points. We didn't win the turnover battle. But, hey, we had that one, and we were getting decent pressure on Herbert. Now, there were times he rolled out, got away. That's going to happen. But we were getting pressure on him. We were making him move, making him roll out. Now, there were a couple times he had more time than I'd like. But, hey, you're not going to win them all as long as you keep coming at them. Defense kept us in the game. But, you know, defense kept us in the game. Our offense couldn't answer the call. But the Chargers are on, what, year 2 of a staff makeover? So they got a little head start on us there. We just restarted our staff. I think we'll be all right. Now, I don't think we're going to be overly crazy this season. I had us losing that game. Oh, goodness. I had us losing that game. But I think we are headed in the right direction. Studs of the game. Max, forced fumble, stud. Devin White, led in tackles, again, stud. Jonah Lalu, got on the board for 2 sacks? Stud. He was a 7th round pick from the Colts, who cut him in August of 2024 for the Raiders, or waived him in August 2024. Raiders picked him up same month. He's been with us since. Got on the board for 2 sacks against the Chargers. That's a stud. Caillou Blue, he played an overall good game in my opinion. He had a pass breakup here and there. He's playing sticky coverage. They're playing zone a lot. There are a couple plays where I'm like, I wish he would have trailed over a little bit to help with coverage, but he is also in his zone. So I don't know the coaching scheme there, if they're told to just stay in your zone, or if they're told, hey, if no one's coming over in your area, just go help a little bit in the safety area. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I was never a college football player, so I'm just talking as a fan. Just a fan talking. Overall, we obviously didn't get the win. I think our defense played great. Offense wasn't firing. Our offense was not firing on all cylinders. Looking ahead at Washington. Looks like now, I don't watch other teams too often. I will tune in to our rivals because I like to know what they're cooking up, because it really means whether we're getting in the playoffs or not. Ooh. Tough episode here, ladies and gents. Ooh. But what I do is I'll search X, I'll find their beat writers, I'll find their fans, and I'll find the narrative. So, overall, I got a bunch of notes wrote down. I might read a quote or two, but I'm going to try to push through this. My throat's getting really scratchy. Obviously, Jaden Daniels looking like he might not be active. And I think Marcus Mariota just took the podium today to talk after practice. So that is also a sign that Jaden Daniels might not play, which is big news for us. Because with Jaden Daniels, that offers a dual threat quarterback, which is really hard to cover, especially when you got Deebo Samuel, a dual threat weapon and wide receiver running back, which they're going to need because now they got Krosky Merritt, Bill, as their pretty much their one and done because Eckler's out for the season with an Achilles injury. So, Scary Terry as well. Can't forget him if I already mentioned him, my bad. Now, David Chow at Pro Football Doc on X said he's not worried about Jaden Daniels getting an MRI done on his knee. I do not think there's structural damage. I'd be very surprised if he misses any time. Well, I don't know. Because that was back on, what? That was back like 3-4 days ago we said that. And today, Marcus Mariota's taking the podium. So, I don't know. He could be wrong. Anyway, other news. So they're missing Eckler. I'm hoping on our side that Bowers is back to 100% because you saw, I know the Patriots aren't the Chargers. So like I was listening to Locked On Raiders. Q said it's like going up a weight class, going from Patriots to Chargers. I agree. But you saw how effective our pass game could be when Bowers is on the field at 100%. And then we go to the Chargers and we just look like we never threw a ball ever because our receivers couldn't get open. And Geno was forced to throw it into coverage, whether he was being rushed or whether just no one was open. That was happening. Sometimes, though, and I'll break these down. I'll have some shorts I'll record later. There were some plays where if he would have just looked at Myers or Tucker, like Tucker was wide open on a deep route when he hit Thornton. He hit Thornton, and Thornton got a good chunk. I think it was like 20 yards or something. But Tucker was already over the top. Safety was behind him trying to chase him down, but there was at least 3 yards in between them. That would have been a touchdown. I'll break that down later. But yeah, without Brock at 100%, our passing game does not look brilliant, is what I'll say. But the good news is, when the Packers attacked Washington's defense, they used 2 tight ends. And between their tight ends, they got 156 yards, and Jordan Love posted 155.8 passer rating. And that's per The Athletic. I might butcher this name, so I'm sorry if I do. Jabvala pointed that out from The Athletic. He also said on their offensive side, the front 5 was, and this is a quote, the front 5 was supposed to be an improved version from last year, but has so far been a sieve. Particularly on the right side, rookie tackle Josh Connerly Jr. and right guard Nick Allegretti, filling in for injured Sam Kazemi, have allowed a combined 17 of the team's 35 pressures and 5 of the 7 allowed sacks. He notes that most of these come from 3-man rushes? Nah, they come from a 4-man rush. In fact, Daniels has been faced with a 4-man rush 75% of the time. I might have misquoted that 3-man. But if you're paying attention, offense's right side is defense's left side. Who lines up on the left side? Mad Max motherfucking Crosby. Excuse my language. Trying to watch it, Try to be a little more professional. I feel like I get docked on the shorts that I post on TikTok when I be using profanity. So, just trying to stay a little cleaner than normal. We need JPJ back. Now, I saw someone say, why don't we put JPJ over there where Parham is, or move Kappa over where Parham is and bring JPJ back when he's healthy. And I saw people arguing that wouldn't help. I don't know. That might help. Let me know what you think there. But, yeah. I mean, that's really it. With Debo being a utility knife, Jaden Daniel being a dual threat, Marcus Mariota's getting old, but he was a dual threat. Let's not forget about that because we don't know who we're playing there. This is going to be a tough offense to defend against. If we guard the run too heavy, they got Scary Terry and Debo to catch the ball. We guard the pass too heavy. Don't get Bill messed up. He might be a rookie, but kid's been booking it. They got Bill. They got Jaden Daniels with the feet. They got Debo with the trick plays. So it's going to be a tough offense to hone in on, to keep on lockdown, but it's what we're dealing with. Yeah, and that's really all I got. Like, share, subscribe, whatever everyone always says. I'd appreciate it. I don't really care, though, really. Just if you want to show love, I appreciate it, but it's just for fun. I'm going to do this whether you watch or not. This is how I kill my time. I used to record music. I used to kill this time recording and engineering music. But kind of grew a little out of that, and now I'm doing this. This is more fun to me. I watch Raiders all the time anyways. But I appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in while I'm sick. It means the world. And as always, win, lose, tie, Raider Nation till I die. Peace.